If you are managing multiple meta ad accounts and multiple client databases, then you probably feel like you're drowning in data. Perhaps you're constantly switching between ad accounts, or maybe you're constantly battling with Google Sheets to try and pull your client data into one place where you can visualize everything. You can send easy reports to your clients and even view it within the high-level dashboard. Well, what if you could see all of the most important client data in one place, such as your overall meta ad stats, your leads, your cost per lead, your overall spend, your client's sales information, the amount of opportunities created, the amount of booked appointments, and the amount of sales, all embedded directly into their Go High Level sub account, or even on a shareable link that you can send directly to your client. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can create a dashboard that looks just like this, that you can access directly from your Go High Level dashboard. That will show you your meta overall spend, your click-through rate, your CPM, your cost per lead, your overall lead, your conversion rate, and even pull in your Go High Level stats, such as the amount of leads you've generated, the amount that have been booked, the amount of no contacts, lost deals, revenue deals, and even ROAS and AOV. And we're going to cover that all inside of this video. And the best thing is you can directly change the intervals and times to which you want to see this. So for example, you can see this month's data and it will update automatically. You can see this year's data, you can see the last 7 days, you can see yesterday, you can see last 30 days, and all of that information is dynamically pulled into this dashboard. So let's get straight into it. So to be able to create dashboards like this, you are going to need two softwares, okay? The first one you're going to absolutely need is Consolidator. Now, Consolidator is the reporting tool that's putting all these sources together and allowing us to create these visual dashboards. So if you're just using this to create Facebook dashboards, then you only need to be running Facebook ads and have Consolidator. This will integrate directly into your Facebook profile, which will give you access to all of your accounts that you're managing. The second thing you're going to want to need if you want to track client data, such as opportunity data, sales data, and all that kind of stuff, and embed it for your clients, is going to be Go High Level. And obviously I have a 30-day trial, which gives you a full month to test out this software. I will leave a link down below where you can get access to that and start your extended 30-day trial instead of just the normal 14 days. And then once you've created your Consolidator account, you're going to want to come down the left here and you're going to find sources. Now, sources is going to be where we're going to integrate our Go High Level account and we're going to integrate our Facebook account. Now, it's really, really simple. All you need to literally do is click add sources. You want to first select Facebook ads and it's going to trigger you to log into your Facebook profile and allow access to Consolidator. Once you've done that, it will have full access to all of your accounts. All you then need to do is to go back into sources, click on your newly integrated Facebook account here, click on accounts, and you can then select all of these sub accounts or all of the ad accounts that you're managing. Just tick them, click update, and it will automatically pull those into your dashboard. And that's really important that you do this. If you don't click on the individual ad accounts and pull them in, you won't be able to find it later in the dashboard. The second thing is going to be integrating your Go High Level account. Again, this is very simple. We're going to click add sources. We're going to click Go High Level and we're going to literally log into your Go High Level account, and you're going to want to log into your overall agency account. So this will allow access for all your sub accounts, and tick all of these boxes and click proceed. If you do this properly, this is going to give you access to all of your sub accounts. So that way, once you're in here, you can literally click on accounts and it will give you full access to all the sub accounts that you're managing within your Go High Level profile. Now that we've integrated all of our accounts, we're going to go directly into our dashboard. So you're going to click on reporting, you can click on dashboarding, you're going to click dashboard, and this is going to pull up all the dashboards that you have created. Now let's take a quick look at the one that I just made. So this is the one that I've created, and as you can see, dashboarding is very simple. It's kind of based around like a drag and drop feature. So we've got different sections, we've got different kind of elements or charts or numbers, and we can essentially build whatever we want here. Now I've chosen to kind of separate this into two categories. So I've got a meta category here where I put this just image. So I can kind of distinguish between the two. And in my meta, I've just got my core stats. I haven't got anything overly complex. I've got my overall spend, and in there I've got my CTR and my CPM, and I've got my overall cost per lead, and in that I've got leads and I've got conversion rate. And if we scroll down, I've got my high level section here, where I've got my total leads booked, no contact, lost deals, revenue, all of that information. I've then got ROAS, AOV, and a chart to show the percentage of leads and where they're at within the pipeline. So let's go ahead and create a new dashboard so that we can build this live on this YouTube video. So we're going to go ahead and click create from blank. Obviously, if you've created your dashboard already, what you can do is you can click the three dots here and you can click create a template. And what that will allow me to do is it allow me to duplicate this for multiple sub accounts and multiple ad accounts if you're managing multiple clients. You don't have to rebuild from scratch every time. You can build it once, create the template, and then when you're building your dashboard, you can come down here and click on templates, and your templates will be saved here, and you can just scroll down to the bottom and you can create the dashboard. So we're going to give our dashboard a name. I'm just going to call this sample dashboard YouTube. But obviously you could give this your client name and you can even put it within a client folder. So we're going to go ahead and click create. And then we're going to add our sources. So it's really important that you add the correct sources here. So obviously the dashboard knows where to look. So if you're just using Meta, you can just click add source, you can click Facebook, and you can select the ad account that you want to connect, click select on your name. And obviously because previously we connected all of our ad accounts, it's going to pull all the ad account information directly into this dashboard. Now the second source we're going to want is going to be high level. Now it has this GHL integration here, but you're going to want to actually scroll down to the GHL version 2. This is like the new and updated version of the integration. So we're going to click view. We're going to make sure that we're selecting the right integration. So the easy way to find out if this is correct is just to go back to your consolidator sources. So we'll scroll down over to sources, go over here, just double check, click on accounts, make sure this is the one where you've got your selected ad accounts. Check this code here, this is your agency code. I'm going to come back into here, and we can see it's KPU, and this is KPU. So we're going to go ahead and select that one, and our integration is now done. So now we can go ahead and click edit dashboard. And once we're in here, we are starting from a blank slate. So I'm going to give you guys a tutorial on how I built this dashboard out, but then I'm not going to rebuild everything completely from scratch. Obviously you can customize this however you want to and make it look whichever way you want it to look. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to drop in a section. We're going to select the number of columns. Now it doesn't really matter how many you select because you can always add more at a later stage. So let's just go ahead and select 3. We've then got all of our elements over here. Now, the place you're going to spend the most time is going to be charts and sources. Charts is essentially where you select what type of visual you want to show, for example, a number or a bar chart or a pie chart. And the sources is going to be the source to which you want to use to visualize that information. So the first thing we're going to do is select charts. We're going to scroll down here and we're going to select number. We're going to pull that in, drag it and drop it in there. Once we've done that, we're going to go over to sources, and the first source that we're going to pull in, we're going to grab my Facebook. We're going to search for our sources. We're going to find the ad account that we want to use. We're going to click on attributes, and we're going to search for spend. Here we can see we've got spend. We're going to drag that in, drop that in, and that is going to show our spend in here. Now, how do we get this pound symbol? Well, we go into the settings of this particular column, click settings, we go to chart options, we go to unit and symbol, and then we're going to click show symbol, and we're going to put the either $sign, or in this instance it's a pound symbol, and we're going to move that to the beginning. And if you wanted to add a decimal place, you could do that, and that's going to show a decimal of your spend. I don't think that's necessary for a dashboard, so I'm going to leave that out. Now within my example here, I've got spend, and underneath that I've got the kind of stats that maybe are less important, but I still want to be able to see them in my dashboard. Well, all we need to do to show that information is we need to scroll back down to sources. We need to then search for the data that we want to show. So for example, if I want to show inline click-through rate, I'm just going to search for CTR, and it's going to show me my inline CTR. I'm going to drag that in and drop that in, and it's going to automatically show at the bottom. And the second stat that I want to pull in is going to be my CPM. So again, I'm going to search for CPM. It's going to automatically pull that data. I'm going to drag that in, I'm going to drop that in, and as you can see, both those stats are now in here. Now, how do we get this to look like this, where it's nice and easy to read? We've got all the right symbols and everything like that. Well, we're going to want to come into our settings for our column. We're going to want to go to first background, and this is where you can upload a background image. So I've just got this blue kind of I guess gradient effect that I found. You can either make your own on Canva, or you can just find one on Google Images and click open. That's going to replace that. We're going to change our text color to white so it's easy to read, just with this color dropper here. Make that white. There we go. And then what we're going to want to do is change the background of these to white. So again, they're easy to read. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to click on column settings again. We're going to go to mappings, and we've got these two settings. We've got inline click-through rate, which is this. We've got CPM. So first, let's do inline click-through rate. So the first thing we're going to do is change the background color to white. That's actually automatically change the text color to black, which makes it easy to read. And then the next thing we want to do is change our units and symbols. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to click show symbol, and obviously this is a percentage. It's a click-through rate. So we're going to click the percentage icon here, and we do probably want to have decimal places with this one. And obviously because it's a percentage, we want the percentage to be at the end of the number, not at the start. So that is now correct. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing for our CPM. So our CPM, we're going to change the background to white again. We're going to scroll down. We're going to go down to unit and symbol. We're going to show symbol. This one's going to be a pound symbol again. And we want that to be at the start, and we can show decimal places if we want to. I don't think there's any need, so we're going to leave it as is. And there we go. We've just created this beautiful, kind of easy to navigate spend and dashboard information there. And obviously we could do exactly the same thing in this one, but this one's going to be a cost per lead, leads, and overall conversion rate. Now I am going to quickly rebuild this for you here, doing exactly the same process, putting exact same stats in, because for us to get conversion rate, this is our landing page conversion rate, we actually need to build a custom attribute or custom source. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let me quickly rebuild this and show you how to create the conversion rate. Okay, great. So I've now got my cost per lead in here. I've got my lead. Before I go and customize these, I need to pull in my conversion rate. So how do we calculate conversion rate? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to come down to sources and you want to click custom, because we want to create a custom source. Click create custom source, and in order to create conversion rate, we need overall leads generated, so the number of leads, and we need to divide that by the number of people that landed on the page, so otherwise known as landing page views. Okay, so we're going to come in here, we're going to go down to sources, and we're going to click on our Facebook. We're going to go down here, we're going to go to attributes, we're going to search. The first thing we're going to need is leads, so we're going to drag lead into here, and the next thing we're going to need is landing page views. Okay, so we're going to drag that into here. Now, if I just did lead divided by landing page view, that's going to give me a decimal place. It's going to say like 0.008 or something, or 0.08 or something like that. But if we want this to show as a percentage, we need to make it say 8, like 8%. So the way we do that is we're going to click open brackets. We're going to put lead divided by landing page view, close brackets, and then we're going to do times 100, and that's going to give us an overall percentage, and we're going to go and name that CVR for conversion rate. You could just call it conversion rate if you wanted to. We're going to name this CVR, and we go ahead and click create. And what that's going to do is if you click on custom here, it's going to pull that custom in, and you can then drag that in and drop it in there. So if we go over here, quickly customize these as we did before, and then we'll move on to the next section. And there we go. We now have our section. All I did to get this meta logo in was I actually added another section above. So we just click one section. We move that up. All I did was in here, I added the widget, and that widget that I selected was image here. I dragged that in, and then you can go ahead and you can add the widget. You can upload an image, and you can add your meta logo like this, and you can then customize this. I made this just width 20%, so it's a little bit smaller, and you can change the overall size of that section by going to exiting out and clicking on that, going to section settings, and you can change that to 150, whatever you want it to look, so then your logo sits nicely at the top. And because we've got the meta logo, we can go ahead and remove the title here, so it just shows the data straight there in front of us. So you're going to do exactly the same thing with high level. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of these examples because this isn't as simple as this one. You do have to do a little bit of thinking here to get this information correct, because for example, if we are doing this based on the pipelines, so if I jump into my high level and show you what that looks like. So as you can see in here, we've got our pipeline value here. These aren't real customers. I've automatically generated fake names for the purpose of this video, so don't worry. But we can see we've got different sections. We've got like new lead, booked appointment, no show, no contact. If we wanted to see a pie chart of all of this data, so where our customers are sitting in the pipeline, then we would want, for example, new lead to show 12 leads that hadn't yet been contacted. We would want booked appointments to show 10 appointments that are currently booked. And we would want that to be a spread of information, kind of like we've got here. But if we're trying to track this as numbers, and we want to track, for example, total leads, then we can't base this off of the pipeline, because if somebody goes from a new lead into booked appointment, that's then going to reduce this down to 26 and increase this by 1. So what we actually want to do is we want to do this based on tags. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to create tags within your Go High Level account for when somebody joins as a new lead. And that is easy to do. All you need to do firstly is if, for example, all your contacts and you want to pull all those data in, first thing you can do is select all of your contacts, and you can go ahead and add a tag. We click add tags here. You can go ahead and either search for the tag if you've got lead already, or you can create the tag. If you haven't got a tag in there, you're going to want to go to settings. You're going to want to go to tags, and you're going to want to create the necessary tags. So you may want to create a tag for my example, I create a tag for new lead and a tag for appointment booked. So that way I'm able to track booked appointments and tags as individual metrics if I want to. So I can track things like booking rates. Example, if somebody moves from booked appointment to, I don't know, for example, like no lost deal or sold, I still want to see the total amount of booked appointments that have come through the funnel, okay? And also that allows you to track your overall booking rate from all the leads that are coming into your funnel. So for example, if you want to track total leads and then how many of those leads then get booked, if you did that based on the opportunity data, well, when somebody moves from booked to sold deal, it's then going to reduce the booking rate down. But obviously you want to be able to track overall booking rate. So just go ahead and create both of those tags. And then what you can do is you can come into automations and you can create a folder that's called, what I've done is consolidated tags. And you can actually create an automation that when somebody books an appointment, it adds the booked appointment tag. When somebody lands in your new lead pipeline, it adds the lead tag, and that way you can track all that information from within inside Consolidator. As you can see here, we've got new lead tag, we've got the trigger to be pipeline stage changed, and I put pipeline stage in sales pipeline. Pipeline stage is now new lead. So once they add, and then they get add the tag added lead, and you can do exactly the same thing for appointments. So you can either base the appointment one on a calendar, so for example when that appointment gets booked with that lead, or you can base it on the opportunity status change to booked appointment. So now let's go back into Consolidator, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to create our section. So again, it doesn't matter how many you select, let's go ahead and select 3 to start with, and the first one we're going to put in is total leads. So what we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to drop our chart widget, which is going to be number, drop that in there. We're going to want to come down to sources. We're going to want to go to sources here. We're going to click on our go high level one, which is going to be the go high level logo and a string of digits. Click this, find that sub account, and we're going to go ahead and click add attribute. And the name of attribute is going to be leads. And we're going to select the entity type to be, you can do either list opportunities or you can do list of contacts. Because we're adding tag, it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and click contacts. We're then going to search for our tag lead, and we'll go ahead and click create. And now our lead is in here. We can pull this and we can drag that directly in there, and that's showing us the overall leads generated, and that is now showing the correct information. Then if you want to see the total amount of leads booked, we're just going to follow exactly the same process there. We're going to go into widgets, charts. We're going to search for number. We're going to drag that in. We're going to go back to sources. We're going to go to a sub account. We're going to add attribute. We're going to click name. We're going to call this one booked. We're going to then search entity type. Again, you can do contacts because we're doing it based on tags. So tag, booked appointment. We're going to go ahead, click that, and we're going to click create. And then we've got booked. We can drag and we can drop that one in there, and that's showing the amount of booked appointments. And then, for example, if we wanted to do what we've done here and we wanted to have the booking rate, such as a percentage, that's again a custom value. So that's going to want to be your total booked divided by total leads. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on custom. We're going to click create custom source. We're then going to go back into sources, click on here. We're going to go to our sources that we've created in here. We've got leads and we've got booked. So we're going to drag both of those into here, and we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did at the start. So we're going to put the name of this to be booking rate. So we can go booking rate. We're then going to do open brackets. We're going to do booked. We're going to do divided by, divided by leads, close bracket, times that by 100. I'm going to click create. Then we've got our, under custom sources, we've got booking rate. We can drag that, we can pop that in here. And again, we can do exactly the same thing as we did before by going into settings, mappings, go to booking rate, and we're going to want to change this to the unit and symbol on, and the you can leave percentage on or off. It's up to you. We're going to put percentage, and that's going to give us our overall booking rate. And you can do exactly the same process I did before to kind of customize this data. So we're going to skip through a lot of these. We're going to go straight, because you'll follow exactly the same process for lost deals. The only difference with lost deals is because if somebody moves into the lost deals section, but then becomes a customer, you want that then to update. So that's going to be based on opportunity, because if they're in the opportunities and they're under lost deal, for example here, and then that lead gets moved into sold, you want lost deals to update to 1 instead of 2, right? So if we go back into our thing for this one, let's just go ahead and add that to show you how that would look. Go back down to charts, add a number, drag that in, and then we're going to want to go to sources. We want to go to sources here, pull that in, and then we want to go to our sub account. We're going to go add attribute, and this time we're going to call this one lost deals. Entity type is going to be opportunity this time. We're not going to use tags. Instead, we're going to go sales pipeline, stages, lost, and we're going to go ahead and click create. Now I leave users blank because I want this to show for everybody. So we're going to go ahead and click create, and we've now got our lost deals. We can pull that and we can drag that in. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is sales conversion, because you're going to follow exactly the same steps for deals and no contact and stuff like that. So for sales conversion, what we're going to want to do is we want to divide the total deals by the total leads to get the overall conversion. I'm going to show you how to do this cool kind of amber effect where you can actually customize the color dynamically depending on if it's good performance or bad performance. So let's go back into here. We're going to go ahead and click add column there. We're going to go ahead and go to charts. We're going to drag a number in. This one is going to be conversion rate, which again is going to be custom. Go to sources, click custom, click create custom source, then go back to sources, go into your sub account where your sources are. We're going to put in leads, and we're going to put in, we don't have sold, so we need to quickly put in sold. So we're going to click add attribute. We're going to do sold deals. We're going to click entity type. We're going to go to opportunities because we want this to dynamically update. We go to pipeline, sales pipeline. We're going to search for sold, and we're going to click create. So now our sold deals is in there. We're going to drag it in and populate in here. And to create a percentage, same process, open bracket, sold deals divided by leads, close bracket, times 100. And just to get a percentage, generally speaking, if you want to get a percentage conversion rate, you typically want to divide the smaller number by the bigger number and times it by 100, okay? So we're going to name attribute, we're going to call that CVR for conversion rate, overall sale conversion rate, create. And you can see what I've done with this one about a booking rate. You can do exactly the same thing there. Well, I've done it already, so you guys can see that. So now we've got our custom, we're gonna go in here and we want our CVR, so drag that in. Okay, great. Now, how do we get this to look like that where it dynamically updates? Well, it's quite simple. We're gonna go into settings, we're gonna go down to chart options, we're going to go to unit and symbol. First, we're going to do is show symbol, which is going to be a percentage, and it's going to stay at the end. And we also want to show decimal because this is a more kind of accurate number that we need. Now, we've got this thing called conditional background. Okay, so we click on this. We want to click this on, and we're going to leave this on to value type range. And we've got these three values. We've got less than condition, we've got between condition, upper range. So let's say, for example, if our booking rate went below 5%, or sorry, our conversion rate went below 5%, we want that to be red. If it went over 10%, we want it to be green. And if it was between 5 and 10%, we wanted it to be amber. So what we can do is we can go to less than condition. We put 5 for 5%. We want the text to be red. We're going to click the red icon here. And then for between condition, we want it, that's going to be between 5 and then our upper condition, which we're going to put as 10. Let's do that now. And then we're going to click the text color to be green. In fact, sorry, the upper range will be 10. There we go. And for the between condition, that's going to be anywhere between 5 and 10. We want the text color to be amber, so let's click that. As you can see, this has changed to amber, but if this went to over 10, this would then change to green. So you can go ahead and continue that process. Just keep adding more columns and customize that overall column section however you want to. I'm going to quickly show you how to do two more things. That is going to be create this pie chart, and it's going to be to pull your most recent leads into your dashboard. So to create this pie chart, all we're going to want to do is drag all of these data points in. Now remember, all of these data points want to be based on opportunities, not on the tags, because if you base it on tags, it's going to show vast majority as leads. It's going to be like 70% leads because the leads are going to be 27, but we want the leads to be people that are actively in, like, haven't been contacted and are actively new leads. So for that piece of data, let's just add a section in here. Let's just do two sections. We're going to go ahead and add our widget. So we're going to go down to, charts. We're going to go down to charts. We're going to select pie. We're going to drag that in, and then we're going to select our sources. I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to show you a couple so you can see how that might look. So we go into our sub account. We can see our attributes are not actually showing. So sometimes this happens. Let's refresh this and come back. There we go. So now we've got our leads in there. So for example, for this, let's just put a couple of them in as an example. So sold deals, lost deals, and let's say we wanted to add, for example, pending deals, right? So deals that had been booked, or new leads that were still pending. We can go ahead and click add attribute. We can call this pending. We can go and select entity type. We'll go to opportunities again because we want to update dynamically. We'll go sales pipeline, and we might want to add these as new lead, and we'll go ahead and click create. We can pull new leads in pending. We can drag that in, and then you can keep doing this and customize this however you want. If we go to column settings, we can go to chart options. We can go to chart legend, and we can kind of move this around to where it looks nice. Now I like to keep this in the middle and this a little bit bigger by putting it as this here, which if you do this, it makes the chart quite small. But if you do this, it makes the chart a little bit bigger, and you can customize this however you want to. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is to create this list here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drag in here. We're going to go to charts. You want to select go high level list, drag that in. And then once you've done that, you're going to want to go to sources. We're going to have to create a new source for this. We're going to go ahead and click add attribute. We're going to call this leads, or like recent leads, you can call it. And entity type for this one is going to be a list of opportunities. So we're going to select list of opportunities. We're going to search for pipeline, sales pipeline. We're going to go new lead, and we're going to go ahead and click create. And now we've got recent leads. We can drag that and drop it in, and that is going to pull in your most recent leads. And that's just like continually update every day once new leads put into the pipeline. You can't really do much with this, but you can just scroll through and see kind of, how many leads come through today, what is the status of those leads, and whether they're open or closed. So now that we've created our dashboard, I'm going to go back to my original one. You can continue to update this with more stats, and all of these are exactly the same as I've kind of shown you. Some of these maybe be customly designed, but you can effectively, if it can be calculated with a simple equation, you can make it a number within your dashboard. So the list of what you can do here is endless. But how do we get this in our dashboard like this so we can easily see that information? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how. So the first thing you want to do is to come into your agency account within high level, so make sure you're out of your sub accounts. You want to come down to settings, and we're going to go down to this menu bar, which is called custom menu links. First thing you want to do is click on create new. We're going to give it an icon. I like to just search for like chart, something like this, so it's easy to see. We're going to give it a title. I would call it client name and then dashboard, so it's easy for them to see. The URL, we're just going to grab our share URL, which is up here inside of our report. We're going to come into here, we're going to paste that URL in, and then we're going to click leave this as it is. We're going to have tick for both. So agency sidebar is if you want all of those reports to show in your agency sidebar so you can easily navigate them. So we're going to keep that tick because that's really, really useful. And we've got sub account sidebar, and then we're going to search for our sub account. I'm going to put it in my test one. And then for usability, visibility, you want to click all so every user can access it. And then we're going to click save. And then once you've done that, let's switch to that sub account so we can see what's going on. I can come into sub account and you can see my dashboard is now in here and embedded. So what I can do in here, I can literally see all of that information on any time frame I want to. I can get this year. All of that information is now pulled directly into my sub account, and your client can access this at any one time. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I tried to keep this as condensed as possible. If you guys want to see more content like this, I upload every Monday and Thursday to the best of my ability. So make sure that you subscribe. If you found the video useful, please give it a like and comment down below what you guys want to see next. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.